What if I fail? And where do you find the courage to promote your business and show up on your social media? Today I'm going to share with you all the secrets behind building a successful 7-figure online coaching company and how I did it in my 20s. So the first thing is that you will need some confidence, or that's what you actually think that you will need, the confidence to show up, to film videos like this, or show up on TikTok or Reels or whatever. And actually what you need is not necessarily confidence, but at the beginning it's more about your courage. Courage to show up, take the camera and just film whatever you're about to film and say whatever you are about to say. You just need a little bit courage to go out there, and it doesn't really matter if that's not perfect on the first try. And that's what I also learned from hosting dozens of webinars, for example. Like, I remember being so afraid of the part where I was selling my online course at the time, and I still remember how hard it felt. I felt like I was so pushy and salesy, but I just needed to get it done, because that's why I hosted that webinar, to sell my online course and to actually help those people even more who had showed up for the webinar. But the thing was that it felt hard in the beginning, and then when I did that over and over again, and actually at some point I did it multiple times in a couple of weeks, and I finally noticed that it's not that hard anymore. So why I wanted to tell you this is because it gets easier. So you get the confidence by doing something over and over again, and you also get the confidence by doing hard things. Like, you're not going to be confident ever if you're never going to try and start, because confidence is built from you doing hard things. And when you do those hard things and you finally achieve new things that you never even thought may be possible for you, and even like the smallest things sometimes, those are the moments when you build up your confidence, and that comes from experience. So when you don't have the experience, you just need the courage to start and just keep on going. And it doesn't really matter like what the outcome is, like if your first reel or your TikTok is perfect or polished or like even good at all. Like, it doesn't matter, but what matters is that you got it done. And that is when you are going to build the confidence, and you are going to be better next time. And if you just keep on going, in a year you will be so much better. So you need to get going in order to get good. So that's what I want you to remember from this, where I find the confidence, because it is hard. Like, for me, I've been on social media over 10 years already, and I've showed up on like multiple different platforms, done videos, like all these like things. And for me, it's still like I get afraid sometimes to post or show up on a video. And like, what I've learned is that you need to find some role models and get some role models that are where you want to go. So for example, I really like high, big goals, 10x goals. Like, if you've seen any other videos, you know that. And one of my role models is Oprah. And also, like, there's so many more like business Instagrammers or people on YouTube who are like talking about topics that I really admire them. And when I go to their comment sections, I see all the hate that people are giving to them. And this is something maybe even new. Like, we don't need those role models to just like look up to and to see like, oh wow, that's a possibility for me. But also, like, you can see what they need to take and like what is their life like when they are out and publicly talking about their topics. You will see that there's a lot of hate in their comment box. Why I wanted to tell you about this is that when you have these role models who you look up to, you admire them, and you see that still they have these people who don't think about like that, about them and they actually hate them or give them some hate on the comment boxes, makes you realize there is no world where you are going to be publicly out with whatever you're trying to speak about or maybe promote your business, and there wouldn't be anyone talking any negative about you. Like, there's no that kind of scenario. If you want to succeed, if you want to publicly promote yourself, your products, there's going to be haters, there's going to be critics. It doesn't even matter. Like, I've decided to not even care about it. People will have opinions of you, whatever you did. Like, there's going to be opinions about you and people like you or not. So why not just be yourself and do whatever you like and not trying to be somebody else? Because even if you were trying to be somebody else, someone would have something negative say about you. One great tip that I've learned in my journey from 0 to 1 million in business was that I just need to be okay with that idea that not everyone is going to view me as I would want people to see me. So there's going to be this, I don't want to even say haters, because maybe they just have their opinions. Like, it's okay to disagree with something that I say. Like, it's okay to think differently and have opinions about the way that I run my business, for example. But I also need to be okay with that not everyone is going to like the way that I show up or how I talk or how I run my business. So just being okay with that, like, it comes with time, like, because I know firsthand it's terrible when you get the first hater. Because I've been on social media for such a long time, I've had those moments already, but the first time that my current business got hate, I remember being shocked and terrified, like, about it. It was so bad. Like, I felt it mentally and physically, because it was so bad. Like, I hated that feeling. But once I had experienced that one time, I've never felt that bad ever again. So I think it just is about building your resilience, building your confidence, and also I think that when you are good with yourself and you know that what you're doing is aligned with your values and you believe in what you do and in yourself, like, there's nothing that people can say to change that. And of course there can be critics that are right and correct, but then what you can do is to just publicly apologize and keep on going. I don't think like why that would be a reason to stop doing what you do. What if you changed the question, what if I fail, to what if I win? And what if I got everything that I wanted? When I was thinking about this topic, I noticed that I rarely think about like what would happen if I failed, but rather actually thinking about all the great things that would happen if I achieved whatever I was trying to achieve. So I was really like visualizing the nice things that would, like the comments and all the like great testimonials that our clients are getting when I launched this new thing. And I actually even had it on my mindset book that I have. I have this screenshot of these testimonials from somebody else actually, and I just had it there because I wanted to make that real for me. Like, I want to have that type of testimonials from our services and our programs. So I visualized the positive thing that will happen when I win. We so easily get caught up on thinking like all the scenarios, what will happen if we fail. But actually that question, like if you're thinking about that, that is actually you saying that you are not willing to risk your ego, your money, your time, or your energy, because you are then like still not willing to risk those things in order to achieve what you want. I don't think it's a question that are you going to fail or are you going to win, because it's you who is going to decide that. If you decide, and this is how I live my life, like I decide that, okay, I'm going to make this work, like there's no other option. I'm going to make this work, even if it's not the first time, even if it's the second time fails, like I'm going to try again. And I believe in myself. In that way, I'm able to actually start thinking about more of the positive things rather than the negatives, like what if I fail? Because the failure to me means that I stopped trying. And there's no possibility like that in my world. So I really think that we should rewire like our thinking of the failure, because I don't think there is a failure that would make you stop. And about the risk taking, like you need to be willing to risk your ego, what it is when you show up and you publicly start sharing your things. The main reason for people to not succeed and get the results that they want is that they are not actually putting themselves out there as they should in order to reach their goals. Because if you think about it, and you see all the successful business coaches or other coaches online, like those ones who are succeeding there, they are putting themselves out there, showing up, and their comment boxes are full of positivity, but also maybe negativity. And those are the people who end up succeeding because they did it. And also they did it when there wasn't anyone hyping them or commenting or liking. We all need to just walk that road. Like you can't think that, okay, well, no, my posts didn't get the likes that I expected that would come, and yeah, maybe there wasn't enough likes for you, but then you just need to keep going and doing it again. When you think that you have done everything in order to make something happen, you probably haven't actually done everything that you could have been doing. Mostly it is about the fear of like, what if people see that it's embarrassing that I didn't get the clients to my beta testing group that I was looking for 5 people, for example. Like what if people saw that? But the thing is that like nobody cares. Like that's something that is your ego saying that it matters. But people don't actually care, or they don't really follow like you so closely that they would be wondering like, why is she or he promoting herself or himself so much again. And like what they do when they're not interested, they just scroll through it, but like nobody really stops and starts thinking about it too much. Also, something that my husband actually said to me was that when you're being authentic, it doesn't really matter what you put out there, because if it just came from you and your inner self is like talking from you and publishing content like you are publishing, like it doesn't matter, like you can't go wrong. And that's also what I've been thinking about a lot, because I have these moments where I'm thinking to myself like, oh my god, why did I post that? Why did I post that? And maybe I should be talking more about this or be more like that person. And then what my husband just wanted me to realize, that if you're just being you, like there's nothing you can do wrong about it. And that is so true. If you are good with yourself, like I said before, if you're being authentic, like you don't really need to worry about your reputation, because that is other people's problem if they see it or view it differently. When I've received something really negative from social media, I was thinking before that, oh my god, it's done, like nobody's going to be buying from me. Like I had these feelings before, but then what I realized was that this isn't about like this short-term comments or talks. And also one of my big role model, Rachel Rogers, she has these like blog posts written about her that are really negative, talking that how bad she is. And I'm like, oh my god, like that person is somebody that I really admire. And if she has these hate posts written about her, like then I just realized that like it didn't stop her from doing what she's doing. And also like I'm not going to let anything like that stop me from just keep going and continuing what I'm doing. And like thinking in a long term, like this is my favorite topic so far. Like in all the videos that I do, I usually talk about this like long-term thinking, because when you're thinking everything in a long period of time, so when maybe in like 10 years, in 20 years, like something like some negative comment or something, like even a blog post or video, negative video about you, like it's not going to make a big difference in 10 or in 20 years if you are a good person and you actually are doing good things. So I really like to think all these things in like longer period of time. And also when you are showing up authentically and still showing up after getting that type of negativity thrown at you, I think that that is the most inspirational thing that you could do to others as well. You are giving them the permission of being themselves and also showing up and keep going whatever happened to them. So I really think that just being yourself and fulfilling your mission in this world, like that is the most powerful thing. And even if you are not thinking about it consciously, like you are a role model to so many people around you. And also, like whatever happens publicly when you show up and you promote your business, like whatever happens, like there's going to be people close to you who know who you are, and they also know like if there's something negative said about you, that like who you truly are. And that is also something important to remember, and have those people around you who actually know like what you are like, whatever happens. So at the end of the day, like there's going to be so many people and so many roadblocks that you're going to face when you start showing up and promote your business. But I really liked this thought that like when people are trying to silence you, like that is what they are trying to do, like get you to stop what you're doing, like who does it serve? And I really think that that is powerful. If you are helping people with your services, with your program, with your products, like who does it serve if you stopped doing what you're doing because some people on the internet are talking about you, like, and trying to get you to stop? Just think about it, because I really am certain that who does it serve if you just keep on going and if you show up? Like that is so powerful, inspirational, and you're going to be a role model to many. And if you stop because of somebody or like something, that is not going to serve anyone. And also down below in the description box we have this free resource of how to get or script to close 5k to 10k clients in the DMs. So please check that out. It's free, you can only download it from the description box, and let's see in another video. Bye bye.